Okay, so great question here. Here's a subway, and here's the track, and here's the station. So as the subway is coming in to the station, right, it's going to go this way and it's going to come into the station. When it gets to here, you want it to stop because it's got to pick up people, right? So as it's coming up here, it's going uphill. So the force of gravity is going to act on this and slow it down. So the force of gravity actually is working to give this subway, this car, an acceleration which is less than zero or a negative acceleration. It's going to be trying to slow it down. And the hill really helps that because the force of gravity is acting against the direction of the motion of the car as it comes into the station. So if you look at this from the idea of work, if you look at this from the idea of work, the car is going uphill here. So there's a displacement this way. And there's a force of gravity straight down. So here's the displacement of the car as it going up the hill, and here's the force of gravity on this as it's going up the hill. And there's a certain angle here. So the force of gravity as it's working on this car going up the hill, it's actually doing negative work. The force of gravity is actually taking energy away from this car as it's going up the hill. That's good because we want it to slow down here and eventually come to a stop. And the whole other idea here really comes down to the law of conservation of energy, where total energy initial is equal to total energy final. So the total energy initial here would be equal to gravitational potential energy initial plus kinetic energy initial. So it's going here with quite a bit of speed and almost no gravitational potential energy. If you consider this to be a height of zero, you could say the gravitational potential energy here is zero and it's all kinetic energy. Then it's going up. So as it goes up, it's gaining uh, gravitational potential energy and it's losing kinetic energy. So right here, you could say at this spot here, total energy final would be kinetic energy final plus gravitational potential energy final. Well, just like you can say here, hey, look, here it has no height, so it has no gravitational potential energy. Here you could say, look, it's come to a stop, so it has no kinetic energy. So really what you're saying is that all of that initial kinetic energy, which was in the initial total, right? This is law of conservation of energy. All of that initial kinetic energy has turned into gravitational potential energy final. So what you've actually done is you converted velocity or speed into height. It as it goes up to a higher height, it slows down and eventually comes to a stop. So this is a really good design for a subway. You don't have to use the brakes as much. You just use the natural effects of gravity to slow down your car because you want it to slow down. It's a station. You got to pick up the next group of people. I hope that helped. Have a great day, and thanks for asking the question.